Wow, okay, it's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies. And when I say we, it's because Mike Mesikeno is here on the couch with me.
Yes.
And it's quite a few headlines to talk about here. On the cover of the Punch, for instance, it says here, National Assembly leadership, Tinubu's meeting with lawmakers fails to resolve zoning crisis. President called for zoning, but failed to name anointed aspirants, according to sources. It also says here, top left, reps step down 543 billion naira judgment debt payment. President signs bill on judges' retirement age. And I thought that was an interesting one as well. It says here, on subsidy, NMPCL failed to remit over 8 trillion naira, says RMFAC. And what else do we have here? Nigeria Air, Ariwa Group demands Sirika's arrest. That's what we have on the cover of the...
Yeah, quite a few I would want to take a look at now. Yes, National Assembly leadership. Now, that has been going for a while. Yeah. And based on the sources that we have here, the president has failed to name anointed aspirants at this point, even though there are names that are being thrown around.
Yeah,
there's the name of the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Godswill Akpabio. That is one name that has been prominent, even from some sources that have been said to be, legitimate. But we are still waiting to see how all of that plays out. Sure. The assembly, 10th Assembly, is just kicking in, and like as much as what the president is doing with the judiciary, the legislature is also a major thing that he has to. I mean, they sent a bill to him, yes, which is signed, of course, which I would want to move into another one and say that bill is on point. And why do I say so? Because it puts everything on the same level. I mean, you cannot have supreme judges or and other parts or other arms of the judiciary return at different ages, 65 and then 70. So it's all about putting them on the same pedestal. Yeah. Sure. And moving that all of them go to 70. So that one is cool. And then for the call of the former minister of, Nigeria, Sirika's arrest and all of that, there has to be a probe. There has to be. I mean, on Twitter yesterday, we were trending, Nigeria was trending. You know, when we went into wars, I think it was Kenya versus Nigeria and some other battles, and then they just finished. All they said was, you people collected plane and painted and returned it back to Ethiopia. We Nigeria just say, see what Sirika has done. So my point is there has to be a probe. There has to be accountability. Something needs to happen. We can't just sweep it under the carpet.
We have the Daily Sun newspaper with us as well. It says here, INEC explains non-transmission of election results with BVAS. It also says, bottom left here, Makinde, Wike, Autumn, Ekweazu, Ogwai meet Tinubu, seek equity, fairness, and justice. It also says here, El Rufai under fire over viral video. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Sun. Of course, federal government also declares June 12th a public holiday.
To mark Democracy
Day.
Yeah, talking about, of course, the tribunal, the ongoing case when it comes to Labour Party and, of course, their contest of the election results. I saw them coming with some materials, and I wonder that should those materials not be the property of INEC? Should they be should a party have access to materials as such? So I don't understand if that is really the case, but maybe because of they are trying to investigate and find out all of that. But the point is, it's still ongoing, and they are bringing whatever evidence they say they have, and let's hope that the law will take its due course. And then talking about the G5, that's Makinde, Wike, Autumn, Ekweazu, and Ogwai. We know them, of PDP, who had decided that they didn't like the structure, what was going on in the PDP, and decided to ensure, so they met with the president. They didn't meet with the president, especially former governor of River State, Nyesom Wike, and all of that. They met with the president, and consultations are still going on. Let's see. But there's something Wike said, which I would love to reiterate here. Politics is done. Elections are done. It's time for governance. Governance is not based on you voted me or not. Governance is about Nigeria. So at this point, it's not a case of what party do I belong to. It's a case of how do we move Nigeria and Nigerians forward.
Very well said, Mike. Let's see if we can quickly go through the Daily Independent here. It does have a similar headline. It says here, Tinubu, on presidential election, Tinubu, APC oppose INEC staff testifying in Atiku's petition. Obi seeks order to question INEC on ICT experts used in poll. It also has a story here. At the bottom, court extends order restraining EFCC others from detaining Yari. It says here, Jimo Ibrahim loses appeal to recover assets on freeze bank accounts. And RMAFC backs Tinubu on subsidy removal, says it's long overdue. We have seen quite a few bodies backing the subsidy removal. And we have seen quite a lot of people come forward to say so now. And of course, it does feel like this particular government has given us a wider window into seeing everything that's happening at Aso Villa right now. We've been made aware of so many different meetings and activities.
Meetings and all that, yes. And that is a little bit, it's surprising on the good side because it's almost like we know what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the picture story there of the G5. We can see consultations, we can see meetings, we can see, it's almost like we're not in real time.
Yeah.
And I know I made mention once of having press briefing as often as possible.
Yeah.
You know, it makes the governed understand the process and know what's happening and all of that. So it's quite a good one, you know, talking about all of that, ensuring that people get to know what is happening.
Yeah.
You know,
Every
and then of course
meeting, people that attend the meetings, photos, videos
and all
as
of that.
opposed to not too long ago when we hadn't even. I don't think we had even seen
with
this
the past
much of the
administration.
place.
It was tough. With the past administration, we know that information dissemination was a problem with the last administration. Hopefully, with the way this is going, it looks like it's much better. You know.
We still have the Nation newspaper here with us as well. It says here, Tinubu's parley boosts Akpabio's Abbas's chances. Lawmakers intensify lobbying ahead. Presiding officers' elections. Yari Kalu adamant. It also says here, presidential poll okay, where we served, says Atiku's witnesses. NNPCL withholding 8.4 trillion naira from Federation account, says RMAFC. And telcos accuse big banks of reluctance to pay USSD charges. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, so the one I just want to comment is the withholding of 8.4 trillion from the Federation account and all of that. With the subsidy removal, a lot of this we won't see so much of this. I mean, as at that time, you only had the NNPC importing fuel. Now it is an open field. You have marketers who will go to source for, of course, they'll need to do it via dollars. They'll have to source for exchange, source for money. But the point is that it's an open market. And when there's an open market, there's competition. You have competitive prices. Yeah. So if this one is selling, look, you find a way to bring a lower price to ensure that you sell your own more. And competition will make it a better playing field. Yeah. So with a lot of all these remissions and all of that, the NNPC will not have sole control and monopoly over things that have to do with crude.
So at this point, it'll likely become you picking a particular brand for maybe even their values and maybe other services they're offering.
If they don't offer the service, you can move on.
Yes,
because there will be options.
Exactly. And we know that you have comments and contributions on this as well. Use our hashtag WakeupNigeria on TVC. Tell us what you think about what's happening on the covers of the papers this morning.